Whatapu ki he awhio ai o tua mawhimafi I o tau lotolotonga. Whatapu ki he hau o tonga pia mohono whare. Whatapu ki a hau eiki moha a tau whanua. Kai pehe ki he tonga katoa pe. O mua mo okoe whainga maria ko ni ke u whakakakato e whatongia ko whakakakala ki ta ki ai. Malo lelei everyone. My name is Losalia Milika Pusiaki. I am a Tongan dance choreographer and I'm the founder of the Whe'unu Global Dance Academy here in Aotearoa. Maloa pito. Before the missionary reached our shores, we had whahaiula and ula. Whahaiula is a Tongan dance, very graceful dance, a repetition in terms of the movement. And ula was a dance performed solo by the maiden of highest rank in the village or of noble blood. But when the missionaries came to Tonga, they banned the ula. They said that the movements was inappropriate in terms of Christianity. Around the 1920s, 1930s, my great-grandfather was an extraordinary sound and music movement artist, and him and a few others were always invited by the Queen to the palace, where they hold conversation and talanoa to revive the whahaiula and the ula to a more Christian-like or more respectable actions or dance. And so they started that. So Taolunga has two types. You can have a group dance, Taolunga tokolahi, or a solo dance, Taolunga tokotaha. That's the version of whahaiula, because with whahaiula, it's a group dance, and ula was the solo dance that was banned by the missionaries. So they started talking about that in the 1920s, 1930s, and around 1950s, the late Queen Salote Tupo III, our #1 master poet, initiated it to the people of Tonga and to the Tongan dance choreographers as a way of helping or assisting the preservation of our culture. So that's where it originates from. The song that I danced to was one of the late Queen Salote's composition. It's called Koe Hanai Hatatau, which is an expression of her happiness to the supreme love she has for her husband. So Koe Hanai Hatatau, what is it? It's equal. Koe ha ai tuha. What can I compare it to? You know, and I apply to myself. When I'm so in love with my husband or my partner, or when I love my children, what's the equal of that, you know? What else can I compare to that? And then that's where I start my choreography, from bringing that to a personal level, and it just flow in automatically. You know, you start to work on the metaphors rather than the literal meaning of the song, and it's deep. And then the spectators will feel it at the same time. Taolunga whakatonga is an art form, not only for the performers, for the Tongan young maidens, but it is also for the Tongan dance choreographers, the Tongan composers, the Tongan costume designers, the musicians. But the performer or the Tongan young maiden or tahine tonga, tahine taolunga, is the person showcasing all those talents. As you may have seen, when a tahine tonga performer taolunga, she wears a very nice costume designed by an expert in the costume making industry. The choreographer interpreted the song that the Tongan tahine performed to, and the composer composes the music and the song. So for me, Tongan Taolunga is not only to entertain, but it is also to tell a story. Taolunga is a word that comes from the upper part of a house, of the Tongan fale. So To perform Taolunga, the basic rule is that you restrict your lower part. You only move if the storyline or if the composition says there's a part where you can, but when we do Taolunga, we are simply focusing on the upper part of our body to deliver the messages of the composition. And there's not too much of a movement like the modern one where you're free to like run here and there, The role of the hype man or the tulafale or the male dance in the Tongan Taolunga is to acknowledge the value of a Tongan girl in our Tongan society and how the Tongan female is of higher rank to the Tongan male within the family hierarchy. And I think it stems from there. When the male dancer jumps up to accompany the dancer, it shows or it reminds the girl that she's protected, she's valued, and also to indicate to the audience or the spectators, it's your turn, you can come up now, we're reaching the height of our performance and you can come, join us, put money as a way of appreciation and admiration if you felt the spirit. But I think that's the role of a Tongan male dancer who, towards the end of the solo dance, jumps up to accompany the solo performer.